still going to take you a lot. She talked about you have to spend money, you have to require the structure, people need to know you.
Yeah,
need to
right now,
believe in you.
I'm running under the platform of Alliance for New Nigeria. And the party didn't just emerge like that. We had a movement, which is named, which I came under to sit here this morning, Nigerian Intervention Movement. And we have been creating structures for almost 4 years right now before we emerge as, you know, we adopted this party so that we can use it to run against the incumbent in 2019. And we have people that have the same ideals like us, that they have the passion to see a new Nigeria emerge. And on our structure, we are not talking about money politics. Nobody is asking you, before you can come to this party, before we can support you, before you can be recognized as a member of this platform, to be able to express yourself in the capacity that you want to run for. Bring 500 million, bring on 100 million. That ought to stop. We are selling our birthright in this nation. And that is what is keeping the good people from coming in. People that have the sincere passion, the sincere heart of sacrifice to bring our nation out of what we are presently experiencing. These people are not being given any chance, and these people have huge social capital, like me.
All right, Dr. Bola, have you, I don't know if you've been to the field in terms of campaigning, has age been a barrier, or has it happened anywhere where they tell you, no, you're too young for this position?
Very good, no. No and yes. Now, I just came back from Maiduguri. I went to visit IDP camp and the people because INEC has not lifted the ban for campaigning, so we are not campaigning. But we're trying to build people. We're trying to sell a narrative. We're trying to change the perspective of the people. We're talking about change. Because, again, I want to reiterate, you are likely to find more than 90% of the National Assembly members who have not deployed their constituency money for the work in their constituency. You run across the nation, you see that. Now, when you talk to people...
Did they receive the money, or the projects are carried out by MDAs?
Very good. Now, you heard about 13 million as a running cost by a senator, not an outsider Senate allegation. The senator himself, a member of the Senate, said, we received 13 and people are not using it. Now, we're talking about people from outside labeling allegation. That 13 million, let me give you an example, in a region of maybe 9 local government. How much, for God's sake, is used in establishing boreholes and people are dying of lack of clean water? How much does it cost to buy reading materials for people who are reading and water is falling on top of their head? I went to an IDP camp where the people were saying they couldn't have 3 square meals, but they were giving them, permanent voters card. So permanent voters card is much more important to the elite than even the survival.
I'm sure maybe when you get into politics, eventually these views, won't your views change eventually?
And is Shehu Sani not in the Senate? Probably he may have been confronted with questions like that. There are people who will stand for what is right.
Yes.
You're itching to come in.
Yes, you see, like I keep saying, Mr. Daniel, most of your, I would rather call them spurious claims, because one, for me, I consider it irresponsible for me to sit here now and tell you that 93% of the people in judiciary are corrupt.
Don't mention judiciary. I mentioned legislature.
You're
trying to move sentiment.
That is what you do at the moment. That's your profession. That does not mean that we've not seen EFCC go after some justices. But would I sit down and say that 93% of people that found themselves in that particular sector are corrupt? No. You can't say that. Like I keep saying, when someone is contesting or you intend to contest, what he's doing now, get back to his constituency, he's obviously running down whoever is the incumbent there. It's normal, it's granted. Some people do that.
Fortunately, you're wrong.
But then, like I keep saying, politics must not just be come out and throw a blanket claim against some people. No, you can be constructive. You can address issues without making spurious allegations and claims. That's all I'm trying to say.
When you co-sponsored it went through, you said it's been on for 2 years. Now that it's been signed, what are your expectations?
But you see, like I said, there were still further demands from Mr. President. Part of what we have said, let the political parties now key into this law and reserve something for the young people. Big, small, I don't know how it's going to start.
The political parties.
The political parties.
They need to put it in their laws.
Fantastic. They need to do that. Now, I mean, looking at the presidential aspirants, She doesn't have all the money to do all of that. She's relying on the same thing I told you earlier, which is the social capital. She has to maximize it. If she has earned some, this is the time to use what she has earned. You know, what I have not seen her do is sit down and run down the incumbents. No. Come up with your own policies and programs. Let Nigerians listen to you. If they think you have the right ideas and they believe in you, they will vote for you. And then, I mean, the onus is on you to perform or not to perform, eventually.
What are your expectations having seen this bill signed into law?
My expectation is that the youth will be excited, and it will encourage them to want to be part of the change, the true change that we desire in the nation. And they want to go into different political parties, because what has been limiting them before now is if these parties will accept them because of their age. So with the introduction of this bill, it's a welcome hope for the youth of our nation to know that, okay, now they have a chance to, you know, go into what they have been agitating about, to be able to have a chance to be part of the electoral change.
I expect the youth to also be on the vanguard. They have to be watchful, because I smell a rat regarding people that will become beneficiaries of this law. And when you raise an issue, for example, if you say money plays a part in limiting the chances of the youth, it's an issue, it's a not allegation. When you say money is being used by corrupt public officers to block the chances of young people from actualizing their dream, it's addressing the issue, it's not allegation. When you say that there is a corruption is a problem and it pervades our national life, and especially in the National Assembly, it's not allegation, it's an issue. I have not mentioned the name of anybody, including the Honorable here.
Yeah, but when you say 95 or 93% of members, like that's an allegation.
That's an allegation. So what happened when you level an allegation to substantiate? Let he among them that think this allegation affects him then approach me. Then we will write a letter to EFCC to investigate me and them, and then see whether or not.
I know you're very much aware of the principle of vicarious liability here, but we need to anchor at this point. Then, Dr. Mrs. Elishama Ide is a member steering committee of NIM. She's a presidential aspirant on the platform of Alliance for New Nigeria. Right on her right, Honorable Tony Nwolo is the Vice Chairman House Committee on Capital Market. He co-sponsored the bill, not too young to run. And Mr. Daniel Bola, a legal practitioner, is also vying for Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on this morning.